It's going to be buoyant, my
We,
friends. Like I
wherever
say,
our focus goes, energy is going to flow. So
there
if
is
I'm
an
going to,
undeniable need for security right now. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucy Davis, and it, my friends, is the 22nd of April 2025. How have we got here? I do not know. We are on a fast forward, right? Ladies and gents, it is Earth Day today, so I just wanted to take a moment to give Gaia, our beautiful home, this beautiful world that we live in, a little bit of peace and gratitude for everything that she does for us on a day-to-day basis. Most of us take her for granted. I have a very, very tight link with her over the last 10 years, so I kind of don't get to take her for granted because she pretty much lets me know instantly if there is something that she needs, which is beautiful. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to our beautiful Gaia for providing us everything that she does do, and also doing her best to fight against everything that's being bombarded and bamboozled in her direction. So please, please, please just take a moment to just love on our beautiful Gaia today. Now, you might be wondering, Lucy, why are you sounding a little bit croaky? I actually spent the weekend with one of my best friends in the Midlands. He had three fighters on the Whitaker Cameron card in Birmingham. Three fights for him and three wins for him, big wins at that. The card was amazing. All of the fights were absolutely outstanding. And I'm so very, very proud of my best friend achieving the things that he is achieving right now. Some of the boys, if you're on my social media, you would have seen, but some of the boys are names to watch for the future. They are going to make huge inroads into that world. And I really do truly believe that it will change the game completely, which I do think is required. So that's why I'm a little bit croaky today because the first fight, I was screaming my head off at the young man to do certain things because we were all having like mini attacks, sat there just like what's going on, what's going on. But he went on to absolutely smash it. So good for him for keeping us all on our toes. But of course, my voice left the building at that point. So it has been an absolutely amazing weekend over Easter. I hope you guys have had a magical time as well. I actually made a prediction on my conscious conversations, and I said, something massive is going to happen on the 20th. And of course, the Pope died on the 21st. So close enough. Close enough for me, I think. Normally I do get it bang on, but and yeah, so it's quite interesting what has been going on. Now, if you are not in my community, Conscious Conversations is where we come together and we talk about things that are going on around the world, but also everything to be able to create a much, much higher vibration for the environment that you are living in. So if this sounds like a little bit of you and you fancy being coached by me on a weekly basis, come along. It's only £11, 11 pence a month. It is a really beautiful entry point into my community. We talk about the energies, we talk about consciousness, we talk about stuff that's going on in the real world that might impact it. We talk about predictions. I talk a lot about predictions. I also share all about my wonders on that private community. So lots more as well. Talk about health, talk about healing. We do beautiful things. So if you're a part of that community, please do comment below and let me know your thoughts on the community. And if you are not, please check out the description field and you can come and join us in our absolute magical meetups on a Monday. Okay, my friends. So I am here today to talk to you about the new moon that is taking place on the 27th of April. Now, what's interesting about this is I picked the date of the 27th of April for Soul School a long, long, long time ago. It was a date that I was given, so I went with it. And of course, I didn't bother checking the moon or anything like that until now. And I found it quite interesting that we are running a very powerful event that's all about soul, all about you know, uh, getting connected and things like that on the day of a massive supermoon. super new moon, my apologies. So as always, the divine is working her magic, and I'm excited to be delivering that event, but I'll come back to that a little bit more in the future. So this new moon is all about life-changing decisions. It's almost like what we are doing here is we are going to be clearing the past. We're going to be really investing in our transformation so that we can actually make the decisions that actually align to us once and for all. Now, one thing that I must stress, and I've been talking about this for quite some time on my videos. If you're familiar with my work, you would have heard me say this, but if not, please do remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you get more content coming at you from myself. So this is all about if you have settled for something, maybe you're settling in your relationship, maybe you're settling in your work, maybe you're settling for not being paid enough or something like that. I don't know. Anything that you are settling for, this new moon, this super new moon is going to really, really rock you to your core. It's all about life-changing decisions. We're tired, we are fed up, we are bored of doing the thing that we have always done and settling for the results that we have always got. We are going up, we are going on. And there will be a period of us having to recognize why we have done this and things that we have lent into. Now, what is absolutely fascinating, on Friday last week, so on Good Friday, I woke up and I did this massive clearing on my home. I smudged it, I opened the windows, I realigned the crystals, I did absolutely everything to just realign the energies in my home. And I didn't actually connect the dots at the time, but I was on a mission to deep cleanse and deep clear of everything that is in and around me. Now, that said, I've also kind of like had to put my relationships on ice this weekend. Now, you might be sat there thinking, hang on a minute, Lucy, you've just told us that you're going to Birmingham or to the Midlands to watch the boxing. And yes, I did do that. However, I have not been on my phone. I have not been talking to people on the phone. I've not been texting people. I have had this desire to step away from anything that is almost draining me right now. And I'm not saying my phone's drained me, but what I'm saying is the phone has been draining me. And it has given me this moment of clarity as to relationships. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. However, I see this as a massive karmic cleansing window. So if you have got karma in the area of, holding on to clutter or maybe sex or, toxic relationships or anything like that, do not be surprised if you find yourself naturally decluttering, cleansing your home and really like cleansing yourself and wanting and needing to take time out. We have 3 massive talking points for this month. So look at any areas of karma which have been involved to date. Love. Where have you perceived love to be bad, hard, toxic, any of those things? Relationships, and I'm talking intimate, but also relationships with parents, siblings, friends, all of that stuff. Look at your karmic history with relationships. So let's say, for example, you are somebody who truly believes that, oh, nobody likes me. This is going to be your karma really coming up. And do you want to continue that story, or are you willing and able to go out there and put yourself out there and actually just get rid of this old nonsense once and for all? And the last one, my friends, is an absolute biggie. Are you ready for this? Money. Oh, yes, my friends, money is a massive talking point under this new moon. And I must say to you, we all have to really look at ourselves. Where are we living in lack? How have we associated and created stories around lack? It almost gives us a bit of a victim mode, doesn't it? And none of us want to be in that victim mode, but it comes so naturally when we are like, oh yeah, well, I can't afford that. Oh yeah, well, I better not do that. This is a story. This is a story that you can choose to break out of at any time. But it is going to be buoyant, my friends. Like I say to you, we are in for a real, like, buckle up and buckle in journey at this time. So let's start by looking at the area of love. Where is it that you choose your love to be placed going forwards? Are you really going to settle for less than what you know you deserve? Do you deserve to be loved? Do you truly believe that? Do you believe in love? Are you open to love? Are you ready to receive love? Do you give love? Look at love with fresh eyes under this new moon because love, my friends, can be brought in extremely easily under this powerful energy. Now, relationship cleansing is taking place. What is happening is we're having it highlighted to us what we actually like and what we actually require. Now, you may find yourself having conversations with your partner and being like, where the heck did that just come from? And then going, my gosh, that was a really important question I asked, or that's a really important topic of discussion that we're now having. This is your intuition working to bring you into alignment of balanced relationships. All of our relationships are required to be balanced, and I mean all of them. Your intimate relationships, your relationships with your children, with your parents, and particularly, and this is an area where I have been really like eyes opened over the last few days, there has been a real eye opener in reciprocal relationships. So, if you are constantly arranging to do things with somebody and they constantly let you down unless you go and do the work and you put the effort in, ask yourself if this is reciprocal. Maybe you're having a bit of a reaction to it. Maybe it's a bit of a trauma response. But if you're not having a reaction to it, you need to ask yourself, is this really the type of relationship that I want? Do you want to be in a one-sided relationship? It's very important. Now, I've spoken to a number of my friends over, last week and today. My first day, well, actually yesterday, my first day being back, kind of into reality and communicating as normal. And a lot of people have said, I've had to distance myself. I've realised that I'm putting more into this relationship than this, and it's a fascinating period of time that this law of reciprocation is really coming up to be cleansed, and for us to look at why we have picked particular karma in this area. Any weak relationships will disintegrate. If someone is take from you, if somebody owes you money, things like that, recognize these relationships will disintegrate. It's very important that we recognize that we actually do need to almost like pay our dues right now. If you owe money, get it paid. If there are things that are hanging over you, get it paid, get it sorted, get it set, because there is going to be strength in relationships. And you're like, hang on a minute, Lucy, you've just told us that we're going to be basically getting rid of anything that doesn't align. Absolutely. But if it does align, the strength that we are going to feel in our relationships is going to change things in a massive way. I've had a beautiful conversation with one of my best friends today, and she's been sharing the movements of where her and her family are going to be. And it is just, my heart has just gone poof, because these strong bonds with people who are aligned to you, they're going to strengthen even more so. If it works, if it is reciprocal, it is going to become fixed and it's going to become even stronger than you could possibly imagine. And I'm so excited for this, like genuinely I am, because certain people in my life, I'm just like, wow, I could not imagine us being any closer than we are. And this just gives me hope that we're going to be even closer, which is so exciting. Everything needs to go out in the wash. So, I mean, that could be physically, like if you need to get things sorted, get them washed up, get your winter clothes put away or whatever, get your car cleaned, get your home cleaned. Like there is that side of it. But I do genuinely feel that it is time to look at our emotions, look at our energetic entanglements, and really get clear on what it is that we are choosing, and the rest can be washed away. Now, what's quite interesting is there's a lot of discussion again, no surprise, around water and around, flooding and things like that. And if you think about the saying, all going out in the wash, like you almost think like there's a big wash of water that's going to take it. So maybe there is an element of that in there as well. This new moon is going to see a really beautiful creation window taking place. Now, when I talk about creation, I'm talking about the manifestation, the intentions, and the creation of abundance and physical wealth. However, what I'm also talking about here is how we can create opportunities for ourselves, possibilities for ourselves, how we can, initiatives, those kind of things in our lives, which is extremely, extremely exciting. Wherever our focus goes, energy is going to flow. So if I'm going to focus on creating a new podcast, for example, and I give it my full attention, then the energy is going to build it to make sure it happens and it happens quickly. This, my friends, is what I'm talking about. So ask yourself the question, what is it that you choose to create? How do you want to live going forwards? What are you choosing for this piece, this next piece of your puzzle? So, my friends, there is an undeniable need for security right now. I don't mean, bouncers. I don't mean security around you. I don't mean physical people protecting you, although for some people it might mean that. I am talking about setting roots down. This scares me because you guys know I've been Little Miss Wanderess for a very long time, and for the last 5 months, I've probably had the deepest roots that I've ever had in my life. Even since being a little girl, I was always on the go, always moving around. And to be honest with you, like what has happened in the last 5 months has been quite eye-opening for myself. However, you guys are going to be feeling it. Now is the time to set longer term plans. Our desire to feel secure and to feel settled is going to be a big driver for the decisions that we make. Now, the fascinating piece of that puzzle is lots of people are reaching out to me and sharing with me about how they feel like they just need to stop. They just need some peace. They just need to maybe move into a new home and be more settled and, really, really just get connected to a particular energy. So, my advice for each and every one of you, if you feel called to a place to live, to be present, to just stay for a while, do exactly that. Allow yourself to have some roots. Allow yourself to settle. Allow yourself to think past the end of your nose. Now is the time for the future. I'm a big fan of living in the present moment. I really, truly, deeply am. However, right now, longer term plans will be the freedom that changes your existence. Dream. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to create and co-create with the rest of humanity on what our longer plan looks like. Think about New Earth. What would you like it to look like? How would you like the medical system, the financial system to be? It's time to create. It's time to settle and know wherever you are settling, your energy is required in that space. So, finances. Finances will rock and roll through the rest of April and into May, and probably for the rest of the year, let's be honest about it. There is going to be a huge amount of market volatility. Now, I know this is very scary and people are wondering where to put their money and they're wondering whether to buy or sell or any of those things. They're wondering whether to get involved in cryptocurrencies. Trust yourself, use your discernment. It is very important, this volatility, this chaos, for us to be able to make way for the new systems and the new processes that are absolutely instrumental in us creating the life of our future. Financial practices are going to change. In the next couple of years, the practices are going to change. Nothing as we know it today will exist in the future. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. There will be a realigning of currencies. There will be things being moved around. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I truly believe that the euro is going to go at some point. I truly believe that there is wealth distribution that's going to take place, but not in the way that it's been pimped out so far. I know people are quite hung up on wealth distribution and the balancing of that. I don't see it happening the way that it is, but I do see a realigning of the currencies. I do see a realigning of gold and things like that. So just have that, bear that in mind when you're making your decisions. Um, Wealth. We have an opportunity to create an unlimited amount of wealth. We have been lied to, manipulated, and all sorts of things about money. And I feel that this is a bit of a transformational moment right now in how we are going to move into the future. So be very open to anything being a possibility where money is concerned. Now, I would use this opportunity, this new moon energy for sure, to get your finances in order. Have a look through your bank statements. Where are you spending money? What is it that you're doing? What patterns do you have? Let's look at that and let's have a real, like almost get on top of it. Like this organization, emotion and feeling that I'm getting, like to really just get your ducks in a row is very important. We need to be focusing on love much more than material things. So if you are somebody who is constantly thinking about how you can, gain this material thing or improve this or get the next this or like, please observe that this energy is an energy that's going to be stamped out over the coming weeks and months. Now, there is a protest energy that is very, very rife right now. People are feeling restricted and people are desperate for freedom. People are speaking out. I mean, we've got lots of different people speaking out right now. There seems to be lots of groups coming together at the moment. We've got the farmers, we've got the truth people, we've got people in governments, we've got medical stuff really coming to the surface. And one of my best girlfriends voice noted me this morning, and she said to me, "Gosh, have you noticed how angry people are getting and how much people are protesting because, well, you shouldn't have taken this and you shouldn't have done that." And I personally haven't seen that at all, but what I have seen is neediness increasing. So I feel where our trigger points are, that is what is taking place at the moment. This is the energy that's coming up. So of course I've seen neediness because neediness, I feel restricted where there is neediness. So it's a very, very interesting dynamic. And she obviously feels a very restricted, by the anger and the hurt and the pain that is being created by these people speaking out and almost putting the innocent people down, the innocent bystanders down. So just be aware that there is a real protest energy, and I do genuinely believe that this is going to continue through May at least. I haven't gone further than May at the moment for the energy because May is next up on my energy updates. So, I'm getting this sense that it's going to be warming up massively. Now, what do I mean by warming up massively? Now, I don't know if this is energetic or if this is physical. However, we're obviously stepping into summer in the Northern Hemisphere, so physically makes sense. But I just generally feel that there is a whole new, too hot, too spicy kind of energy coming in, which is, really going to change the dynamics of the way that we live. There is going to be feistiness. There is going to be actual heat because I do see fires and I also see flooding. As I keep mentioning, I do see the extremities in weather continuing for quite some time yet. So there could be a physical heat wave. There could be, and I can hear everybody go, "Woo, that'd be nice." I feel a physical heat wave. I feel, maybe bushfires, wildfires, things like that. So please do keep your eye on that. Now, as Gaia is obviously purging and she's, dealing with all of the things, as I said earlier, we're on Earth Day right now. So as Gaia is dealing with all of these different changes that are going on around her, what we are going to be seeing is an increased level of mysticism, magic, and miracles. That fires my heart up. I've got to be honest with you, that fires my heart up. I live in a world where mysticism is normal. I live in a world where I see magic daily and I see miracles daily. Now, there are people out there that don't believe. Show me the science, show me the science, show me the evidence. And you know what? They're just not my people right now. If you cannot believe that, we are living in this glorious world and we've been placed here for, a reason bigger than science, then, we just have differing views. I think that the fact that we've got sunflowers growing, I mean, they're the most beautiful thing in my opinion. The fact that there's wild horses roaming and things like for me, this is magic, literal heaven on earth. So it's important that we get in alignment and we hang around those people who allow us to be whatever it is that we choose. Remember, the world has split. There is one side of the world which is going to be very much about earth, very much about creation of higher consciousness, and the other one is going to be very driven by technology, very driven by the things that have been imprinted in the current existence. So pick wisely. Talking of wisely, wisdom. Be open to anything being a possibility. Because if you believe anything is a possibility, then anything will be a possibility for you. The potential, the unlimited options will be given to you. And my friends, if there is one wish I have for you, it is that you believe that you deserve it all. Now, this has been going on for years, but I do feel that I need to share this. Further truths will be coming to the surface. Everything is there for people to see now. It's almost like the sleepy dust has been wiped away, the rose tinted glasses have been taken off, but still people are doing this. I'm just going to shut my eyes because I don't want to see the reality, because it is scary. We need to be questioning everything right now. Our leaders, the people that are speaking out about spirituality, religion, medicine, education, you name it, everything. We need to be questioning it all. If it doesn't feel right and our discernment is screaming at us to not trust that, then that is what we need to be listening to right now. Our inner dial almost needs a cleanse and a polish up so that we can thrive in the environment that we're stepping into. There will be leadership issues brought to the surface. I see changes taking place in leaderships and I see new insights. Now, I'm praying, fingers crossed, that there is going to be a change in the leadership in the United Kingdom. I am, there is so much disheartened disillusion taking place in the UK right now. Now the weather is amazing. Going to be honest with you guys, like we've had maybe 7 or 8 weeks of pure bliss. However, it's the leadership that we're looking at right now. Leadership needs to change. There's going to be new information coming in. We're going to have new insights, and it is going to rock some people to their core. We are being pushed to the brink for a reason. Now, I spoke a short time ago about wisdom, and I very much feel that the Atlantean energy is making a comeback. We are going to be bringing the old wisdom from the sea. There is going to be new findings from the sea. There's going to be new countries. I've spoken about this before, and I speak about this on Conscious Conversations. I feel new lands are going to come to the surface. I feel new species, and we spoke, I think last week or the week before, about maybe 5 or 10 new species that have come to the surface. We're going to find new foods in the seas. There is going to be so much that comes from the water. So do be open to this being a possibility. And remember, Atlantis went down because of technology. So have awareness in that field, have awareness where that is. Use it wisely. I feel as if there is a real twist in the tail with technology. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that mission, the moon mission that took place, how on earth does anybody believe that to be true? Likewise, we've got to look at how much pressure Gaia is under because of the sheer pressure of the satellites and the phone cables and the masts and everything else that is taking place right now. Like we are really, really under pressure. And I do believe that technology could be the Big Bang Theory for the future. Now, as I said earlier, there is a really beautiful creative energy, and this is all about progression. People are going to be coming up with new ideas and new initiatives that will absolutely change the way humanity live, and they do things going forwards. Now, in this energy, there's a real get shit done energy that is coming through with it. So, if you are somebody who is completely disorganized and doesn't really, you love hoarding and things like that, now is the time to take your power back, get organized, declutter, cleanse, clear out the old. And what was fascinating is this morning I got told very clearly that Soul School on Sunday needs to be about taking the trash out. And I was like, well, that's weird. Taking the trash out. And it means the emotions, the energetics around you. But this I'm talking is a physical thing. We must get rid of the heavy things, the material things, the things that no longer serve us, not just in relationships, but physically in this realm as well. So remember, it's about cleansing, it's about clearing, it's about taking the trash out, it's about letting go of things that no longer serve us. Remember that what we nurture will blossom. I'll go back to the thing earlier. If I'm going to create a podcast and I nurture it, it is going to expand at such a rate. All we need to do now is put the consciousness into these things and it will expand. So, likewise, if you are constantly talking about doom and gloom, the new world order, politics, things like that, please be aware that this is going to create that as your reality. What we nurture will blossom. So clean up your act with your words, clean up your work act with, who you are and your thoughts and things like that. Very, very important, which leads me nicely into we must have consciousness on our self-talk, our self-worth, and our self-love. Now, I'm obviously very biased where self love is concerned because I have a brand called Self Love Club, which, by the way, ladies and gents, the doors open again in September. Now, this program has just won a Health Service of the Award of the Year, my apologies, for the Titan Awards, and it has been nominated for Health Service of the Year for another award ceremony in America that's happening in a month or two. So, this is a game changer. This is super exciting that self-love is actually becoming, a valued tool of self-love. So if you'd like to join the wait list for Self-Love Club, please head over to the description field. Also, if you'd like to join Soul School, which is happening on Sunday, you can check out the link to get your tickets there as well, my friends. So really invest in catching yourself, calling yourself an idiot, catching yourself, putting yourself down or trying to justify your existence. Like, what is it within you that is making you feel that you need to justify or that you need to tell everybody, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy? Like the person you need to be telling is yourself, not other people. Gosh, we've covered a lot in this update, haven't we? We're not quite finished yet. So, there is a physical awareness of health, healing, and nourishment. Do not be surprised if you feel drawn to change your eating habits, maybe but do a bit of a cleanse or something like that. Do not be surprised with this, or maybe you're just investigating and researching things that could help you. Myself, today, I've started a new eating regime and a new exercise regime. I'm very excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results. But I'm nurturing and I'm nourishing my body as I do this. Okay, so don't be surprised if you, as well, feel drawn to do something similar. Okie dokie. So, as always, I always give you an exercise to do to be able to nurture and nourish yourself during these energies, how you can neutralize it and bring it into alignment with you. So, today is no different. And today, so if you don't have a pen and a paper, if you just pop me on pause right now, go grab that and then come back. So today, my friends, is very much about really, really getting into alignment for what it is that we are choosing for the future. So as always, I would like you to cleanse yourself. So cleanse your auric field. You can use Palo Santo, you can use sage, you can use salt, you can use essential oils, you can use any smudging tool of choice. And as you do so, I am worthy of creating the life of my wildest dreams. I release all that no longer serves, and I call in the energies of creation. Then I'd like you to go around your space. And as you go around your space, open the windows, allow the energies in and allow the energies out, and say to yourself, this is my palace. This is my home of creation. This is where the magic happens. Then what I would like you to do is create a bit of an altar. What do I mean by an altar? Grab things that resonate with the earth. So grass, flowers, plants. I'd like you to have candles. Oh, ground crystals. Crystals are a perfect grounding tool. I'd like you to grab a candle, maybe get some music on the go as well. Just create a really beautiful space so that you can just sit and look at this gorgeous space. Once it's all set up, light the candle and look at the altar that you have made and take a deep breath in and breathe out and repeat that 3 times. So 3 deep breath in and release. Now, this is a beautiful grounding tool. And as you do it, I'd like you to just allow yourself to see roots coming out of your coccyx or your ankles or your feet or whatever is touching the ground and going into the earth and just really anchoring you into these energies. Now, in that position, I would like you to drop into meditation for 13 minutes and consider the feeling of what true abundance would feel like. So, like I say, drop into meditation for 13 minutes, 1-3. When you come out of the meditation, I would like you to journal. What does true abundance mean to you? I would like you to set 3 intentions once you have identified what true abundance means. Remember that feeling that you've created about abundance as you write this down and as you set the intentions. To finalize and neutralize these energies once and for all, take 3 deep breaths in and out. And that, my friends, is the end of this exercise. Please do let me know how this video lands with you. And like I said earlier on, if this resonates with you, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. Please comment so I can come back to you. Let me know if you're new. Let me know where you are from around the world. Let me know if there's anything that I've missed on here. Please do subscribe to my channel so that you get more content, and there is going to be a change on this channel coming imminently. And please do remember to hit the bell notification so that you get the first insights that come out of here. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for being here. It is time to rock and roll. Lots of love, guys. Have the most beautiful day.